What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Guile treatment. As you can see, I'm taking the lane place of Rob. He is not here joining us today, but we have a very important guest. We have the winner of the Arkansas PTC, Jacob Johnson, or at least half of him. His voice is here.
Yes, his voice is here.
Yeah, it was really awkward. I didn't have a camera.
So, welcome to the show. And so we're basically going to go through his deck. We're going to talk about his experience, and the show's all about you, man.
Yep.
Congratulations on your first win at something.
Finally did it.
I sent you a text message during the event. I was like, you better win this because you didn't win Turbo, and you are always the bridesmaid and never the bride.
Oh, snap.
We got second at Nats and Teams. You got second at Turbos. You got second at the Las Vegas PTC. It's everywhere, man.
It's like Jeremy Race. It's like Jeremy Race syndrome almost.
That's true.
Yeah. Before we get into the PTC and other things, we have some news today. As of recording, Seventh Cross is now available for pre-order. Not sure on pricing. It probably depends on store to store. But they have a really cool idea now, a thing, which is 6 boxes and one of each ultra rare. It's called a player bundle. Player bundle. I imagine it should be cheaper than a normal kit because you're getting 2 less boxes, but you're getting 2.5 boxes worth of ultra rares.
But the ultra rares take the place of the playmats or anything that used to come with it, and so it's not added in the price. So cool. It is just buying 6 boxes.
Sweet, that's awesome.
15 ultra rares.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, really interesting. With that, the pre-release kits that used to exist still exist, and they still come with the full art characters, and they now come with foil chibi characters. Those are no longer for sale to players. They are only used for stores, so you cannot buy them, which means the chibi foil characters are not for sale, and you can only get them for participation as of right now.
Sure, that's fine. I know that I'm not a big fan of the alternate foil art things. I'm cool just getting my 15 ultra rares because would rather have ultra rares. But
anyway. What do you think about the ultra rares? 15, the free ones you get, JJ.
Yeah, JJ.
I think it's a really good idea. So before there was no reason to play in the pre-releases though. So all you would do is get the mat. You get 1 pack for playing, and you get your 6 packs for just drafting.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason not to rare draft and all that kind of stuff. And now there's a point because you get these chibi things as prizes and stuff.
Sure.
So you're actually playing for something that's unique to just pre-releases.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't have Premier Store events, so they are still going to be worth something to you can't sell them online, but you can trade. You can do inside trade.
Yeah, you can trade them away. Yeah. I know that for us here locally, we do for drafts, we put 2 packs per player into a prize pool, so everyone gets their their drafting stuff, and then everyone gets at least 1 pack, and then the rest of them are all kind of filtered out through the top, so it's kind of I don't know, kind of scaled to how well you do, so people can actually try to do well in the events instead of just I'm just gonna just rare draft or whatever because they want the extra packs. So, and that's how we did this time with Soul Calibur, and it worked out pretty well. So
with Soul Calibur there were extra packs, so it was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then what am I trying to say here? Oh, and then the mats I'm glad they're just giving mats out now because you used to get them for the kits, but now that they're not doing that, there's actually a reason to play in the pre-release also if you want the mat.
Yeah.
Because now you can't just buy it.
Sure. Very true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we have news for? I think we got the pictures of the World Championship belts on Friday. They are now gold instead of silver. And then we got all the play mats. I want to say the Ghost Thief Funeral mat looks pretty sick.
That is
whoa.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a Ghost Thief one. It looks real sick.
And then there's a Let's Cut Loose, I think a single.
The Let's Cut Loose mat is what we need to have hyped up, okay?
Yeah. Which one is that? Is that participation?
That's singles. Participation is I forget what the participation one is. I can look real quick.
I was gonna pull it up too, but I can't find it.
I shared it to the Rockford page. Let me find it. But while you're looking it up, I'm gonna transition into our scoreboard, so we have to tally up our points from last week. So
it was the lamest PTC of the season.
But anywho, everybody got a point except for the guests. Rob got an extra point because of a side bet with Kevin.
What?
Yeah, there was a side bet. Rob bet Kevin that someone would sign up with Grow, and Kevin said, "I will take that bet." So Rob got an extra point because someone signed up with Grow. There is side betting in this, as long as it's on
Kevin
the show.
Good.
As long as it's on the show, side betting is allowed. So I'm still in lead with 6 points, but Barrett and Rob are on my heels at 5 each. The guests need some work.
5 points? I thought it was losing, like hardcore.
No, man. And the guests are 2 points behind you guys, so they can actually make up some ground because we're gonna do some Worlds predictions. I think probably tonight we'll do a couple. We'll just do some, and then if anything changes. Any cards get entered in, I know Hyperbomb comes back in, so that may change someone's opinion or whatever. Maybe someone sees like a new deck. I will allow it within a 2-week period people to change their picks on this because we're gonna have so many people.
Yeah, I know we're gonna have so many people. Does that mean JJ gets to make the predictions because he is the PTC winner?
Well, yeah, he's on the show, so he's the guest, so he gets to make his predictions for Worlds, and then tomorrow. As of recording, all the gentlemen who will be on the pre-show also gets to make picks. So the guests can actually make up a lot of ground.
Oh my gosh, that's so unfair.
Oh man, it's okay, man.
They get to pick last though.
Yeah, they get to pick last. And traditionally, you don't pick. You always never want to pick the same things everyone else picks.
There is no rule that you can't double up, but it's like a gentleman's rule.
It's a gentleman's rule. Other than it's like diversity, then it's different because then it's just like I just agree. It's just a 1. It's just 2. So. But yeah, so we're looking at me with a 1-point lead over my co-hosts. So I have no idea what's going to happen at the end of the PTC season because I don't know.
We have a new set after Worlds. It's going to be great.
Well, a new set after Worlds, but what I'm going to think is maybe I will get the winner, the overall winner between me, Rob, and Barrett. I'll get him like a deck. I'll get Trent to make him a deck box, a 3D printed deck box that says Guile treatment on it. And then he'll have like Trent's logo because Trent he's creating his own 3D printing business called 3D Gaming by Trent. So he's going to give me a deck box to show on the show whenever he gets around to it. But he's printing his entire team deck boxes for Worlds. So yeah, dude, he's kind of hyped for this. He's very excited. So let's pay. I'm going to go ahead and get
I was looking them up too.
So the mat is the 5-drop reversal, the 5-diff reversal of Zasalamels.
Oh yeah, it's Lutu's Ingress. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so I have your deck kind of flipping through as a slideshow to the right of our pictures. So it's just going to go through all your cards. So if you just want to give a general, overview of how the deck came to fruition first, and then we can talk about your actual PTC experience.
Okay, so the funny thing about this deck, it was started as a meme that I was just playing for fun. I was like, man, I wonder how many cards I could build down just to see how many cards I could draw off Scorchwheel. So I was like, can I draw 14 cards off Scorchwheel? That was the goal.
Okay.
For my meme deck. And as I was playing it, I was like, okay, well, I'm like building 5 and not already getting a power flip here, and then I'm just trying to like net a bunch of cards here. But I feel like I could make this a lot more consistent and maybe good. So then I started playing around with it, trying to I kept getting turn 1 from Yoshimitsu, because Mark was playing it. I'm like, man, I'm sick of taking 30 damage on turn 1. So how can I turn 1 him before he can do it to me? So I started working with this thing, and I had originally the attack lineup was a lot different. I had Glow Kick and Black Serpent in here.
Okay.
And because I wanted to play Black Serpent, but then I was like, man, why am I running all this when I could just use some fatality looping stuff and just make it really consistent to do one little thing. And so I just made it into this consistent monstrosity. I actually changed 8 cards in it right before the PTC. I put in the 4 Deliverance.
Okay.
The Fallen Angel, not even supposed to be in my deck. I don't know how it got in there. I was supposed to take it out for a Bebop Blues. Never happened.
Hey, that's 0-5 though.
I know, right? So I never even played that card once. I don't think I played it all weekend. If I saw it in hand, it was a 2-low block. That was it. and I didn't have Not Over Until You Die in the deck. There was just some random other cards that did nothing pretty much. His one diff was in my deck, and I realized I wasn't running Fury attacks, so that wasn't really doing anything.
Banking on your opponent's ones.
Yeah.
So the whole deck revolves literally around Nutcracker. None of the other attacks mattered at all, because every single game I won, it was like double Nutcracker for 17 each. You can't block them. Like that's just how you won the game. You Fatality, add another momentum, Nutcracker, EX3, 1-3 it. You can't block it, 17 damage. Because of Burning with Revenge, you would use like 4 times. During the attack. The real MVP was Let's Cut Loose. That action card is actually insane. If you're playing any of these symbols, you should be running that card. It picks up a free block and draws you a card. So I don't know. You get that card under 2 symbols that share with Shadow Inheritance. So just those 2 cards alone make you a defensive deck. This deck could play super defensive. I played for it. In my side, I should have been running High Seas Adventure, but for some reason, I put like Radical Edwards in instead. I didn't send you guys the sideboard, but I'm guessing you got it from the Facebook one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like Radical Edwards, Bangs, because you can just off-symbol it with Fatality.
Yeah.
You just like play the Fatality, bang their character if there's an actual problem. And like, yeah, just the... I didn't want to get banged. That's the only reason why I put him in the side. I was like, there's supposed to be 1 main, 3-sided, because you get free momentum. So it was just like, well, if they have bang, I don't want to deal with it. Pretty much, yeah, the whole deck just helped with the Scorch Wheel building, and then like I wanted to take Scorch Wheel out before the event, not gonna lie. Like it did put in work at the event, but I don't even think I needed it. I could have just put like 2 more Akimbos in, and it probably would have worked fine.
Yeah, we the first match that we had you on stream,
I played against Kelly, I think.
Yeah, and like I felt bad for her because she I guess she mulliganed into a bad hand into a bad hand from a worse hand or whatever game.
She chose not to mulligan.
Oh, she chose not to mulligan. Okay, so but like we saw your game 1, how you just completely like, no offense, Kelly, but destroyed her because like you just like I think you hit like everything you needed. You built like 3 on turn 1. You hit a petrol power. You had 4 foundations. You just went like so incredible.
I turned 1 to kill in that, and then the first game.
Yeah, and that was just insane. And we're just like, what the hell is going on? And then like me and Tim are like, so this is the Maxi. This is what Maxi's supposed to do to people. And then it's just like, wow. And then you do it again. And it's just like, and then we had you. I think we had you on again. I want to say. You lost the second game. I want to say it was... I forget what game it was.
It was against Reptile.
Okay, it was against Reptile.
It was against Chris. It was against Chris Nixon.
Yeah, and then... Because that was top 8, I believe. Yeah. And he opens with an attack and then goes to check a
windmill punch.
A windmill punch. And me and Tim were thinking, it's like, if he checks well there, does he kill you? Because...
He definitely did. I was dead. I didn't have any blocks in hand. I held no blocks.
Yeah.
I was like, if I die, I die. I built 5.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and we were just like, well, was that his only play? Because he knows he's going to die, like, on your next turn? Because it's just the way that how explosive the deck is?
So beforehand, he was joking with me. He was like, well, if I draw, like, 2 Fatality and Windmill Punch, I'm just going to try for it because that's the only way I could beat you. And I was like, I guess, yeah. So I chose not to side Bangs that match, and it was like, man, I guess if he rips it, right?
Yeah. And that was just, it was kind of nuts. And then we had like on the other side, kind of like Shane, the prodigal son returned or whatever, and he's just beating everybody too. And then like I think do you guys play at all? Did you guys play in Swiss at all?
Okay, yeah. So 4th round of Swiss, I play against him, and I actually get annihilated. So like. He, like, rips into double high seas every game to start off, and I'm just like, I can't play. Yeah, I, like, lost. And then I'm like, well, so since I lost in rounds, I'm going to beat you in finals if we play, right? I, like, straight up told him, like, round 4, because you beat me in Swiss, you're going to lose in finals. I told him that because that's what happened at Turbo World. So it had to be the exact reverse story.
Yeah.
You know? And so... when I played against him in finals, I was just like, if he doesn't draw high seas, I just win. So that's what we're going to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually was just like, I'm going to play every attack. If he draws attacks, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to see what happens. And it was like 24 minutes. This is all it took for finals. It was like a 28-minute finals.
Oh, my gosh.
Two games over.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, you just played this hour and 50 long match with like Akuma. And I'm like, I know the people want to go to sleep. I'm letting this happen. We're ending this.
It's actually a really similar story, I think, of like Las Vegas. Like you and I were playing these decks that are like, all right, well, our decks put ourselves on a clock, so we're just gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
Punch and Judy, we'll just play. I mean, that's why I held that hand with 3 Punch and Judys and 2 attacks and start off the game. I'm like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Now, what was Punch and Judy ever a thought in this deck at all?
Never.
Never.
No. You don't need it because you just like. You have enough speed because of the shadow inheritances you're building during the attack phase.
Sure.
So, because you're adding them down with power flip and let's cut loose, like during the turn. So you have enough speed that they can't block anyways on turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's one of those things too. I've been playing Maxi as the only like Soul Calibur character that I'm interested in right now, really, and I have 2 decks under all, or 2 decks, 1 under all, 1 under good, and like the fact that like your kill condition is just this Nutcracker, give it a ton of damage from Burning with Revenge, and using Maxi's own stat pump and its own stat pump because every other character is a guy. Like even in my decks, where I'm just like, oh, every Nutcracker I see is like 20 freaking damage, and you have to deal with it. On top of the fact that the rest of my deck is like an actual like structured UFS deck, whereas this is purely a combo deck to do that one thing, do it very well, and do it as quickly as possible. Like I totally understand why you would build a deck around this, just around that, because like again, just every time you see a Nutcracker in him with Burning with Revenge, it's so free and it's so much damage.
Well, it's because of Fatality. Like you can't cancel the Let's Cut Looses or anything like that. Yeah. Like you can't revoke them, you can't Venomous it, you can't do any of that. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have foundations that I now get to play the game with. And I just like couldn't check back as a season guide. Like you'd play season guide and you'd be like, well, now I know all my checks, so we're gonna play based off that.
Now you would usually go like season guide and 1 foundation, and then throw your Fatality, and then start doing the Let's Cut Loose stuff, or would you normally just do something similar?
This was the best. This was the best way you could do it. So it was like season guide, Burning with Revenge, Fatality. Because that adds 2 to the build stack. If like you only had like Scorch Wheel or something in hand, you would still get to draw 3 off that Scorch Wheel with just that 1 foundation and Fatality. Without a Let's Cut Loose, that is draw 3.
That's pretty good. That's pretty sick, actually. Yeah, like.
Wait, I guess I'm confusing. So Scorch Wheel is it cards you've built that turn?
It's
an amount of foundations that have been added to your staging area. So add Burning, add it back in with Maxi for the momentum, add back down.
And on the
Scorch Wheel, add in, move back down.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, I get it. So and then on top of that, your character readies a foundation. So like
so you keep readying that 1 Burning because it's a new entity every time.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep doing it with like Nutcrackers and stuff. It's pretty good. And then each Fatality is their 1-3 ready.
How many attacks in a chain would you say like you go as far into though?
Probably 4 or 5. It's like because I'm not over yet. Like so, I had 2 not over yet in the deck just so I could play those ending attacks. The deck couldn't really play consistently like 5 attacks. That's why you had to kill them on like the first 3. That was like the goal. Unless you like power flip, there's no way you can play that many attacks unless you have the 2 not over yet. Because then you could like play a couple more. If it's like turn 2 though, like if you went first. You like built. I every single time I did that, I pretty much hit deadlock while playing the game. So like I would go from like 4 foundations to like 12 during my kill turn.
Oh geez, that's insane.
Yeah, and then I could pass as many attacks as I really drew.
Yeah,
that's actually one of the biggest downsides I've seen about Burning with Revenge too. Is because in any other foundation aside from Burning with Revenge and Dandy, you're actually debuilding, obviously, in Maxi. And with those ones, you just never debuild. And you're also playing Folktales and Petrels to feed the Scorch Wheel, right? And so, I definitely see you just building in the deadlock on, like, turn 3 by accident.
No, turn 2, dude. Every game. It was just like, if you have deadlock stuff, I'm dead on turn 3, dude. I never ran into Missile Launcher once. I didn't see that card.
All right. Speaking of which, what would you say? I guess you don't have to go through the entire Swiss if you don't want, but like, what would you say like your roughest matchups? Like, was it Reptile because of just having no defense, and even if you did, like, he just hacked them, you think, or like?
I failed to check game, so I checked 3 threes in a row game 2. That's the reason why I lost. Okay, I would have turned one of them on stream, but I checked 3 threes in a row. So
yeah,
I
saw that. Yeah, that was. I think that might be the only like Achilles heel of the deck in a way. If you start checking threes back to back a lot.
So it was very surprising though. I had 4 attacks in hand going into that, and like I'm only running 17 attacks, so it was like a statistical anomaly. Like it happens a lot to me whenever I play these decks, but sometimes you can just lose games that way with a deck like this. Any aggro deck, you can just lose because you checked bad. It's like it's running the risk.
Well, you were drawing 1 million cards every turn, so eventually you would check bad at least once, right?
Yeah, I was averaging like I would say I was playing like 16 to 18 cards on my turn 2, on average.
That's insane.
It was pretty insane.
That's insane.
So now that and I guess my other question is, and now that you've played this deck and you started as a meme, and we've now played it and won a PTC with it. As the second place Turbo World Champion, second place obviously, could we Turbo 5 this deck and make this deck insane?
Oh my god! Well, so you don't get Scorch Wheel in Turbo, but you don't need it. Burning of the Revenge Nutcracker could just win Turbo events, okay?
Yeah.
You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
If you could play a 12-card deck where it was Burning of the Revenge Nutcracker and Let's Cut Loose, and just like only those top
much though.
What? No. So losing Season Guides makes it less consistent. Turn 1.
But you also get because you also have Sense of Morals, so that's at least something. But you don't get to sculpt and you don't get to see the top of your deck though. That's the only.
You don't get not over yet.
You just gotta play Turbo like it's meant to be.
Yeah.
The
YOLO check 5s, dude.
I mean, you still get the fatalities. You still get the Nutcrackers.
You still the essentials.
You get the Mayfas. You can play a Kimbo more of. You still get the Power Flip. Like,
I would switch Mayfas to more Kimbos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mayfas was really, really cool because if you ever got a momentum that you knew, so you would like Season Guide, see what the momentum was. You could like hold it there, play the Mayfas, lift a Nutcracker or something like that. So it was like selective draw compared to like drawing X amount and hoping you rip something.
Sure.
That's what I liked. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. I know that people were kind of high on Maxi. They didn't think they knew he was good, right? Like he was one of the higher touted characters out of the set. I don't think people knew that he could do this soon. Because this deck, because like your deck,
I was like, this is the best character from the set. Like,
because it
he
seems
gets
like
1/3, he readies the foundation, he gets a free momentum. He's a 7-hander. Like, there's just so many things going for him that he's like Hunt for Spiders, the character. Like, he has so much stuff going.
I mean, it's true. Like a lot of people don't really look at this character like under under Air, but like Air has really good foundations or really good tools right now, like just to ready foundations, and so you can just play an Air Maxi deck that's about continuously readying cards and build like an Air wall deck, and you can just do it. But like,
I'm gonna give the people a hint.
Ooh.
Air Maxi is like the coolest deck I've ever played. So
are you playing like
Ace Maneuver? Okay. Ace Maneuver Maxi is the hypest deck I've ever played.
Sure.
You can make it to so it's tri-symbol with the Folktales and the Petrol still. and you actually just play the Ace Maneuver. So it's like the same deck, but it's using his attacks. Like it's running his 5-dip ultra rare to where you can like dip 5 momentum, ready 5 foundations, drop 5 cards, and then like the Ace Maneuvers are like they're 30 damage. They're just like
they're huge.
I've had 9 cards leave my card pool.
You're moving
give it 18.
And the Burning Revenges that you're buffing it with.
Yeah. Fighting what was lost, more damage.
Jesus.
Commit the Reki Maru. It was had all the 6 checks possible for the check a 6 draw card whenever a card leaves your pool.
Yeah.
And it was just like, here it is.
That's pretty cool. All right. I like that.
That was the deck I was thinking about playing that weekend. But I was like, nah, I want to play Scorch Wheel. I miss it.
Yeah.
I know I asked you off air. I was going to ask you this. Are you playing this at Worlds?
No. I'm not, but you can. If you want to dodge diversity and stuff like that, there are some real good decks you can play that pretty much any deck under all. Like Plant Man, I know can turn 1. with the same kind of thing that I'm doing.
Don't think Cassie. She's a female. She can't play Scorpion.
Cassie can still turn 1 doing it. No joke. Burning's Revenge and Nutcracker can turn 1.
Yeah.
Just that alone.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it in mine right now.
Like,
and she also gets to play cards like Black Serpent and Glow Kick. Obviously,
sure.
kind of much better than I think Maxi does.
Even if like you don't kill your opponent, you cripple them to the point to where they're on defense the entire game.
Yeah, like a turn 1 Nutcracker, and like even I'm playing Cassie. Obviously, I have Cassie built under all and building your opening turn, and if you have not over yet, into a Nutcracker, and at any point you check a Burning with Revenge, or you built one naturally, like it's crazy. Like
sometimes you want Burning with Revenge face up though. Like that's what I realized. All the stun that exists against Xianghua, I would just build them, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna block everything you play on me.
Burning with Revenge does not say that has not been readied, right?
Correct.
It does
and
not.
So if you have 2 of them, you basically can't be stunned, right?
Yeah, they ready each other.
Yep. Yeah. Every stun 1 is mute.
Yeah. It's
so.
But even stun 2, because you can be like, all right, I'll stun these 2. They'll ready each other.
They're ready.
Yep. Yeah, so you stun 3 is the only time you ever have to commit anything. And you also have Sense of Morals. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not afraid of missile launchers anymore, kids. We're just afraid of Krita Yuga now. That's all it is. So,
I'm not even afraid of that card, dude.
I'm not either. But
if you guys want to buy some, anyone wants to buy some from me, I got extra.
So,
all right, so if you're not playing this for Worlds then, because that's what's next, and so we are going to start doing predictions for that.
Yeah, we could talk about some Worlds. We can talk about some Worlds.
Do you have something hiding that you don't want to tell people, or are you just looking at different characters?
I mean, I have a really hyped deck I'm playing for Worlds. Yes, it's very opposite. Like I played this super aggro deck. I'm playing the 100% opposite. I'm going to deadlock every game. We are going to hang out for an hour of UFS.
That does not sound like a Jacob Johnson deck whatsoever. It does not.
Okay, wait. It is a Jacob Johnson deck. It's not a Big Johnson deck.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Is this the 21 and over Jacob Johnson deck? And it's not like the
Man, this is me 21. This is me prepping for Nats where I know I'm gonna fucking suck.
What are you talking about, man? You have to win me my second cardboard at Nats.
I'll be 21, so you got to carry me a little bit.
No. We're not getting wasted. We're winning teams this year at Nationals.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you wasted for singles. Okay.
There you go. All right. So as we're looking at Worlds, what kind of preview? Because we have the Worlds preview show as of recording tomorrow, so we'll get some thoughts. Cause I know Barrett can't make it, and JJ didn't get enough votes. So, but I voted for you. I voted
what the heck,
for you,
guys?
I don't know. It's not my fault. I voted for you. What do you think?
Voted for everybody.
I voted for everyone I put up there. I did, for the most part. Yes. What do you think are some of the decks that we should be looking out for? As say like you know some new players and they're asking you, hey man, what should I expect going to my first Worlds? What would you tell that person, JJ?
Number 1 deck to look out for is Yoshimitsu. I honestly think that he is the number 1 easy deck to play.
I think he's also very budget, to be honest. Aside from we talk about Yoshimitsu, and I think a lot of people are just interested in his character design, and so I think a lot of people have been trying him out. As well as you don't have to play Ghost Thief Funeral in him, and it be amazing. Like
I hate that card. I think Ghost Thief's the worst attack, dude.
I'm loving Ghost Thief in Maxi because my Maxi deck is fair.
Okay.
Yeah, my Maxi deck is fair as well.
First Maxi deck I built, it was running Ghost Thief, Steel Res, some like consistent garbage weapon deck. But
no, I'm not playing a weapon deck.
I didn't want to do that anymore because I don't like Ghost Thief as a card. I instantly traded all mine for moon sets. I got like 12 moon sets now, and they're just laying around because I just traded all my ultra rares for them.
Yeah, I like Ghost Thief and characters who can get the momentum gen on their own, like a Maxi, or whatever.
Hungjin Chaos, let's go,
boys. Because it either that, then it's like dead. It's just a generic 6 mid 6. It has nice stats and it has a nice block, but it's like I want my 5 diff to do something early in the game.
The other reason why I like that card is because Max is a 7-hander and he hits your opponent really hard, so it's easy to get them to desperation. And the enhanced check of 4 is very good.
Yeah, that's a cool part of it. Yeah,
I think that effect is for the same reason why Moonset's doing so well.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real fast before we move in. Is that like just the hypest, like hottest card out of the set that like people are just sliding into everything?
Okay, everyone was looking for it. Everyone's playing it. If you're playing any of those 3 symbols, doesn't matter what character you are, they're running 4. Yeah. I didn't see anyone at that PTC not running them.
As I said, I think Order's in a really bad spot right now. But if you're playing Order, you're playing Moonset, and if you're not playing Moonset, it's probably because you don't own them. So you're probably still playing Deep Freeze Frosthammer.
Yeah.
But if you're not, you're playing Moonset.
Yeah, you're definitely playing Moonset. Like
that
card's nuts.
It's one of the best tools that Order got. I also think the other reason why it's so really big is because isn't it based off of an old attack that existed? I know a lot of veterans.
Based off a foundation. Ever Hopeful.
So, well, I think there's also an attack that selectively bounced something in the past, and I know a bunch of veterans really liked that attack, and it was like a meta warping attack essentially at the time.
I have no clue. It was before my time if it was.
Yeah. So, but like I know that's.
Oh no! It's sort of like Blazing Storm, which is what it was. It was a 5/2. It was a Lily card.
Yep.
And it had them add a foundation to their card pool instead of adding it back to their hand.
Okay.
And
so
that card was nuts.
Yeah. The fact that it in the early game the card is crazy, and then because you also get the powerful right,
it scales very
you
well.
get the powerful right, but you get the free momentum right, and then it's crazy late game because you're bouncing all of their good answers. And then the early game you're bouncing so they can't freaking block, and so like the card's crazy.
We did League on Sunday, and I played my Jetta Moonset against a guy. And I threw it as my last attack. It was 3 high for like 35. It was sweet, dude.
It's crazy.
It was awesome. Yeah. It was
on a
sweet.
5/3.
Yeah. Yep. And it has a block too, which is even which you're probably never gonna block with it unless you have to. But still, though, it's...
What other decks do we to look out for, JJ?
Shunghua, obviously, it won the first PTC, and I honestly think it's better than the deck I played. Just like. I only played against one of them. Like, my deck was good against it, but because it was, like, fast. It was, like, super fast, so they couldn't build fast enough.
Because Shunghua works off of the first block, basically.
Yeah. So, if Shunghua... I just made sure Shunghua couldn't block anything, and then they couldn't play any attacks, so...
Yeah.
They just didn't have to worry about it.
I would say that's probably the general plan against her, though, is just to, like, make your stuff as fast as possible, and then she can't block it, and,
I played against a cool Fey deck from Aaron Cook's Fey deck. That was one of the decks I turned 1, and I felt really bad. But that was one of the few. I didn't get off as many turn 1s as I thought I was going to that weekend. But I got off on Killick, and I got it off on Fey.
His deck
and I believe I got off on Akuma.
His deck was pretty interesting. We saw him go from 2 health to full in a matter of 2 or 3 turns, just because. Poolside Date is just insane and stupid.
His whole deck was based around looping Poolside Date.
Yeah.
And I just never let him get there. I was like, Fatality, remove Poolside Date. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So do you think that Fatality should still be like as a utility card in most decks now? Or should they have to slot it just because of Goro matchups?
They made so many cards that are based off momentum that like it's just so good. Like The Plant Man deck runs 4 of them that I'm talking about because it's a Moonset deck. It actually just, like, plays 1 Moonset. You have, like, 8 momentum, so you give it 8 speed and then 40 damage. Yeah, it's, like, 11 high 45 on turn 1, and you can't do anything about it.
Crazy.
What is going on with this game, man? What is with this?
I didn't know that's what it was. But
you lose the Flame Aura, but that's...
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely loses the Flame Aura, yeah. I know I'm looking forward to some decks. I know, like, I'm looking to pilot my deck against decks because I don't get a lot of my guys here like to play fun Mimi stuff. So, and I love them for it.
Don't worry, I'll test with you beforehand.
Oh, I know, that's great. Because he's my roommate for the week with Church and Rodney, and Josh Gardner's coming up. He's staying with us too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Byron.
And Byron. Yeah, and Byron. So it's gonna be a really interesting mix in the room. It's gonna be great. I'm really hyped for Taki because I think she's like an anti-meta pick because she fights Zhang Hua really well. She can fight Cassie well. She can fight Akuma well.
What did you decide?
I went off of Evil because
that's the best deck. That's the best symbol. I built this sick Shang-Hua killer deck for teams for Taki. It is actually the best deck I built for countering.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
And that's the thing I was talking about when we were talking about Taki before she came out and stuff like that. Then that's what I was saying. I was like, I think her other symbols do cool things. Being able to like ace maneuver under air and do that kind of cool stuff in Taki as well is really nice. But I said on the show, like I'm afraid that the evil symbol is just so incredibly strong, and you get access to really good tools in her because of things like flame or because of things like from hell.
Yeah.
It's just like having these cards that you want to make your opponent block, and if they don't, you still get a huge reward. It's just, and you have just good foundations and good actions. So it's
not as good as Nightmare rebuying it and playing it again, but it still like clears my pool. Then I can just launch another attack or maybe short my defense a bit. So yeah, I like the deck a lot. So
I played Air Taki for a while.
Yeah,
and Kakosho was actually the best card in the deck. Like, fuck like it's a kick randomly.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so I can run Taki's Ultra Rare, Kakosho, and then just like Fog Blanket and random other stuff, and I'll just kill you with a powerful 6 attack. Huh. Well, we'll just see how this works out.
Yeah.
And it did. It worked out pretty well.
Fatal Violet's surprisingly a lot better than I think some people are giving it credit for, honestly.
I think people knew it was better. It's just obviously really only good in her because of like the reversal.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I think it's a really big deal. Like,
That card's insane, dude.
Yeah,
that card with Burning with Revenge is pretty good.
Do you think we'll see? So I think Taki is actually just someone that people are going to be playing as well, because not only was it played and it did well at the PTC that it was played at, but Tim Keith himself was playing it, and I think having that big name as well, who is obviously trying to go get his 3rd belt and his title for another year in a row. I think a lot of people obviously are paying attention to that. You guys think Killick will see more of a showing just because J-Ray played it, or?
I think Killick is good. I just think that playing against Killick, you have to be in the right mindset to play that deck. You have to know what your game plan is from right away. Otherwise, it won't work out.
Yeah, I know that I like the real risky builds of him, kind of like how J-Ray has it a bit when he was testing here in Chicago. I think he played it at Rochester. He's that deck's quite greedy. It's like he will open with like a Skull Barrier, or he'll open with like a 5 diff. If he thinks he has it going second, he will try to kill you on turn 1 by using like Moonset, rebuy it, Moonset, and then if he has the spear, he's gonna try to spear you and kill you on turn. Like he can kill a 6-hander with it easily. And he did it to me when we were testing in Chicago. So if he gets it, he gets it.
That list was the one that I believe Kelly was playing. Sure. I believe she was not running Flying Spear. She was running something else. But it was pretty much the exact same list of Chris Nixon's.
Okay.
That he built. So I mean, both decks were pretty greedy because they were both running the Jeddah Ultra Rare and the Moonset.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Having both is really greedy.
I think like that was his
Jeddah 2s.
What?
Jeddah 2s because Shane's playing it, that, but like Will's been playing it consistently.
That card's gonna be everywhere. I feel like.
Yeah, I really do. You better, if you're playing the symbol, you better pack all of that Guile 1/5. What is it? Pursuing a Vendetta.
That's part of the reason why. Okay, so that's part of the reason why my Maxi deck under good also exists, because that card is not only good against Jeddah, but it's just good against Moonset itself.
It's also good, against Raptor, against some other decks.
Put Wandering Pirate in, dude. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Have that too. But like Wandering Pirate's one of those things where it's like your opponent plays Moonset and they're like, see, here's your non-block.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But if you have Pursuing a Vendetta, not only can they not pick it, but they bounce something else and you build something crazy like from your discard pile.
Yeah. It's very it's a very nice, and it has a high block, so it can block Moonset too. So
it's a 4 of in the good max.
Yeah.
So I'm just going through characters. Lilith 2.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you dodged a bullet on that one there, buddy. JJ.
I played Lilith.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I 2-0'd the Lilith. He didn't know what Maxi did.
Okay.
So I feel like I lucked. He would seal my first attack each turn. Well, so he sealed his own attack in game 2, which he was doing a lot.
To draw a card?
Yeah, to like draw a card and play aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
He sealed his first attack. I must have not drawn an attack or anything, but I just killed him on the next turn because he couldn't seal my Scorch Wheel or anything.
Or power flip or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So game one, he like sealed my Nutcracker I played first. When he could have sealed the Fatality that left my pool, and I did all the Let's Cut Looses and stuff on.
Oh, I remember them saying that in chat, that or it was in the Discord or whatever, that people were saying that when he sealed the Nutcracker, he immediately knew that he should have done the Fatality, because then it would have been stuck in your pool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I only had one foundation built at the time, so I needed that to leave to play the Nutcracker to add the burning, and then get to 2, and then I like double folktailed into double petrol into scorch wheel, drew like 6.
Jesus.
And then I just won the game after that.
Yeah.
Because like, but if everything would have stopped there at that Fatality, he would have taken like 7 damage from the Fatality if he didn't block it. But
yeah,
like I would have forced him to block it, but that was about it. Like I could throw a Fatality for like 11 damage with that.
Sure. So do you think
just,
like some hand cannon decks, like maybe a deck that can play hand cannon well? Not
I would have lost a hand cannon.
Not necessarily like Jackie, but let's say like a Kotal.
Xianghua
can play it. Kotal can play it. He can make it a throw and add damage to it.
Spike 1, I think, is getting a lot more look at it. It's under life because of being able to insect puppeteer it in.
And you get moonset.
Yeah, and he gets moonset. What is going on?
All right.
Is the library closing?
The library is closing in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll be done before then. We're at 45 minutes, so we're fine. So we're good. We can move on to picks soon.
Holy shit, this thing is so long. All right, what about like the baddies from last format? Kuma 2 Dot and like Goro.
Kuma 2 Dot's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
He's still insane. He was like the most terrifying deck that I could have played against, because he could easily just wipe the floor with me. So the guy that was playing wasn't running 4 Fade. He was running like 1. It was like 1 main boarded. So like it was fine for me, because that was the one card I was afraid of. Like Akuma with Fade.
He's playing 11 actions, 4 revokes, 4 How Do You Like Them Apples, 1 stop, 1 race against time, and 1 fade.
Wow.
He was citing more. Actions.
That's a lot of actions, man. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh. And a 6-hander?
In the sideboard, another stop in the sideboard. Yeah. That's a lot of actions.
It's a lot of actions.
Sounds like me my first year in Nationals.
Greedy.
You're a greedy deck.
Yeah.
Hey, he got 4th as well.
Yeah.
Funny.
Goro, I think Goro's still going to be... I think he's still one of the more easy... Like, I guess the aggro version's more of like one of the easier decks to pilot, I guess, because you just play cards.
No matter what, it is still a clock deck.
Yeah.
It is if you take too long and you don't have a direct answer like Fatality to get rid of the important cards, I will kill you when I hit a certain point.
Yeah.
That Goro deck that Steven played was the weapon, the consistent weapon garbage that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, under all. Yeah.
It was under all. It's really consistent, and then like you get to pick it up every turn. You pick up Guilty Throne. You get to pick up 2 more cards selectively from your discard. So you're actually like picking up 6 as Goro with like Guilty Throne. So and like all your face downs count as 2.
It's true. Yeah.
That's pretty.
So
cool.
you playing 7 dip. Like if you check a 5.
Yeah.
It's really a 6 diff is what you have to look at it. Like
true.
True.
Okay.
All right. We won't do so much more predicting on those just because.
I want to get one thing though. What's a surprise character that will make top 16 from you? A surprise character.
Base.
Ooh, base.
I honestly think base is one of the best decks.
Oh wow.
I mean, there's a lot of reversals running around, so I get that.
There is, and he gets to play Guardian's Judgment, right?
He gets to play some Feature stuff.
So Feature stuff. Yeah.
The most important thing is you get to play Swallow Your Soul and Dark Laser that add the momentum for free to then play the Guardian's Judgment. So you add the momentum with Dark Laser, you kick the Dark Laser for base, and then that Guardian's Judgment removes itself. You lift another one, you play the Guardian's Judgment. You're ignoring progressive the whole time. And you like double Swallow Your Soul. They're dead. Okay.
Oh, nice. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Like I was going through like kill turns. You get like Woodman's Leaf Shield still. Like you can do a lot of stuff.
That's pretty cool. Wow.
Cool.
I like that.
All right. So let's get some predictions. So JJ, attendance at Worlds. How many people are we gonna have? And this is
at Worlds.
This
have...
is Price is Right style, so it's closest without going over.
Do I know other numbers, or do I pick first?
You pick first.
You pick first. You're the guest.
You're the guest.
Your biggest number to compare this to is at Nationals last year. We had 100 and
Nationals.
20.
That Worlds last year we had like 115.
Okay, but compare it to Nationals.
Nationals was like 98. I think.
99 for Nats.
Yeah,
it was
99. 99 at Nationals. Last Worlds was, I believe, 121 or something like that.
Okay, we're gonna go with 123.
Ooh, 123.
We're going up this year.
Okay, Barrett.
Two people. We got 2 more people.
125.
Oh, I see how it is.
I'm going 110.
Oh,
I thought you were about to go 121. Like we're right underneath.
No, I'm going 110. I'm going a little underneath. Okay, so we'll get Rob's numbers off camera, but okay, so now we're to winners. You pick 2 characters. You pick 1 character. We'll circle through us, and then we'll each pick our second character. So who's winning Worlds for you, character wise?
Who is winning Worlds? Well, I should go with the easy Tim Keefe one, but we are going to go with... Man, what's something out there? Man, I don't know.
Don't waste your first pick.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your first pick with anything, yeah.
I'm going to go with Cassie Cage.
Okay.
Whoa! I'm not going.
All right. Barrett? You're first?
I'm gonna pick Akuma too, actually.
Okay. Let me see if Rob actually maybe messaged me his picks. He did not.
All right, you're up. Pick
okay. I just think I really want to go 7-hander, but man, I just think they just get randomly blown up too much.
Yeah.
like how can you play a 7-hander in 10 rounds in a row and win?
Yeah,
right.
You have to win after that. Then you have to win 4 straight top cut matches against just yeah.
So you have to go 5-2 and then win 4.
Yeah.
In a row.
The only 7-hander I think you can do is probably Spike 1, just because he's just Spike 1.
You know? You can go X. X is pretty good.
X is pretty good too. But I don't know. Let me think. I want to take Taki so bad, but I know I'm playing.
Pick your own character. Do it.
I want to pick her. I want to save that for my second pick, though. I'm gonna go.
I was really tempted to pick my own character, but I'm choosing not to.
I'm gonna go
for you.
Oh man, got me.
I'm going. Oh man, I want to kind of go Goro again, but Goro kind of failed me last time. What did I pick last?
Who'd you guys pick for that PTC?
Barrett picked Maxi and...
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you know my point,
yeah. Kevin picked Akuma 2 and Lord Raptor. Rob picked Grow and Ken 2. Barrett picked Zhanghua and Maxi, so he covered the spread pretty well.
Covered the pieces.
Yeah. I want to go with the 6-hander for sure.
Yeah, I gotta go. The library's closing.
You got 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Shit. I'll go with X. All right,
JJ, pick number 2.
Yeah.
Jetta 2.
Oh fuck, that's the guy I forgot. Oh man.
I'll pick. Let me double check if that's what I want. I picked Akuma 2. Then
do something ballsy.
Man, I don't think Goro can do it.
I don't think he can either. I think he can get into tops, but I don't think he can win.
Just pick Jackie or something, dude.
I want to pick
It's so tough when you're on the spot. It really is.
I knew what I was gonna pick too, and I don't know why I can't remember what it was gonna be.
Did they top?
I'll pick Taki. No, I'll pick it.
Okay.
No, you man. Win the whole thing for me, Chris.
I'm picking.
Yeah, I want you to diversify Tim Keefe.
I'm picking Lilith 2.
Lilith 2? Okay.
I'll pick 6-handers? You guys are fucking insane.
No, I picked a 7-hander.
You pick a 7-hander. You pick Zhanghua.
Oh, yeah.
I picked Zhanghua. Okay.
Okay, so number of diversity.
These are actual diversities, like from that they get kicked out of top. So how many diversities are we going to have at Worlds this year?
2.
I think it's pretty low, to be honest.
I think so too, but we'll see.
Yeah, but we always think that, and then it never happens.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. How many? I can't see. 4?
4.
4? I'm going 3. So Rob could take 1 for attendance, 1 for diversity, and then pick 2 random characters. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So just to recap, JJ picked 123, Barrett took 125, I took 110, JJ took Cassie and Jetta 2, Barrett took Akuma 2 and Taki, I took Zhanghua and Lilith 2. Diversities, JJ picked 2, Barrett picked 4, and I picked 3. So these are final. Not really. If something happens in between now, something random happens, we can discuss that. I mean, maybe, and like the whole, like, I picked Sub-Zero to win a PTC, and then the thing got fixed, and they're like, no, you can't pick a new guy.
Yeah, you screwed.
Whatever. Because, like, there's still some good characters, like Kung Jin, Maxi's still out there, you know, Sophitia is still out there, stuff like that. So, but we're about an hour, so I want to say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, the channel you're watching it now. Like I said, let us know what you think about Worlds coming up, what you thought about JJ's deck in the comments below. Follow us. If you want some exclusive content, go to Patreon, Rockford CCG, sign up for that. We're going to start doing a new, at the $5 tier level, if you become a tier level member at that level, I will play you either on Skype or on TTS once a month if you want. Just a little perk. We can play in deck tech and stuff like that. The other stuff's listed there.
Win.
What?
So that's a free win right there.
It is a free win because I'm bad. But JJ, thanks for coming on. Do you guys have any other shout outs you'd like? JJ, have any shout outs you'd like to do before we go off?
Yeah, I got a shout out to Legendary Wolf Games. I got to start doing that now. So, I actually don't technically have to yet. I haven't signed anything, so
I'll do it for you. Shout out to Legendary Wolf Games, my sponsor, and JJ's new sponsor as well. Once he signs his contract, since he is now the 25th new entrant, take your gaming from ordinary to legendary.
Sweet, because I know we had Tim on for the stream, and he's a Legendary Wolf team member too, and he had to do the shilling as well, like every hour. He was plugging it. So, but yeah, okay, so catch. I think we're gonna be filming the pre-show tomorrow. That will come out next week.
I got one
more shout out. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Shout out to Mark Tyner. We now share cards, so yeah, I just figured I'd shout him out.
Nice. All right, cool. So tomorrow we're recording the pre-show for Worlds. Catch that next Tuesday, and then this Friday Ryan Pham will be answering your hard, frequently asked questions, and that will come out the third. Wednesday before Worlds, so everyone will get their answers before Worlds for stuff. So, again, thanks again, JJ, for showing up. Barrett, you were here. You came. You saw your conquered. You took over Rob's spot. We may not need him anymore. We don't know for sure. So, everyone have a good night, and we'll all talk to you later.